How's it going, everybody? Deviant Gamer here, and welcome back to another episode of TerraFirmaCraft. Now, before I start, I wanted to mention two things. First thing is, last weekend I was actually up on San Juan Island, which is in Washington, visiting my family. And so I had to pre-record episode 30, which is the yay, we got enough likes. Now, I had very high confidence in you guys making the 10 likes, but I went ahead and recorded a alternate ending where it was like, why did we not make it? And thankfully I didn't have to use the alternate ending because we did make the 10 likes, as obviously I said at the end of last episode. But what I didn't realize until I got home was just how many likes I got. We almost got 20 likes within 2 days, which is awesome. That makes me really proud that you guys enjoy the series so much. And I wanted to thank you guys sincerely for hitting the like button so much past what we required. It means a lot seeing how well you enjoy the series and makes me want to keep doing this series even more. So definitely wanted to thank every single one of you who hit the like button, and all those of you who didn't hit the like button but really wanted to hit the like button, but there was an evil monkey behind you that was forcing you not to hit the like button, so you didn't hit the like button. Even you guys, I want to thank you. But the second thing that I wanted to mention to you guys is today, later in the afternoon, depending on when you watch this, it might have already been posted, but I'll be posting a new Let's Play series of the game Fez. And I want to ask you guys, do you want me to do an alternate posting like I used to do, where I'd post, let's say, TerraFirmaCraft today, and then the next day I would post Fez, and then the next day I'd post TerraFirmaCraft, and then Fez again? Or do you want me to do it like I'm doing today, where I post both episodes on every single day? It's almost becoming night, but that's okay. So I'll post TerraFirmaCraft in the morning and then Fez in the afternoon. And do that every single day besides Sunday, because that's my day off and it gives me kind of a buffer room to relax and get some more film in so I don't get overrun. But, you know, every other day, or every single day besides Sunday, post 2 films. TerraFirmaCraft in the morning and Fez in the afternoon. Let me know which one you guys want to comment below. And I'm going to wait till it becomes nighttime and then make it day again, and we will continue on with this Let's Play because I have some cool things that I want to show you. So see you guys in a bit. Alrighty then, so we are back. So last episode I showed you what the Current is with the handstone and how it's used, and it's used for a couple different things, and I'll probably show this off a bit more, maybe not this episode, but definitely within the next 10 episodes I'll show that off a bit more. But what we did is we ground up that Kulanite into the powder form and the graphite into the powder form, and I got some clay here. Now thankfully I had a lot of Kulanite. I even have some extra somewhere hiding around. Well, that was odd. It just crashed on me. I'm not really sure why. Hopefully it doesn't do that again. But anyways, I don't know where all my extra is. It's gotta be here somewhere. But anyways, went ahead and ground all that up, and I'm gonna go ahead and combine it. Now remember, it's clay in the middle, and then we put the graphite on the ends here, and I think it's like so. And that will give you the fire clay. So I'm gonna go ahead and get 5 fire clay. Now remember, you need 5 of them to make one shape. So do not screw up when you go into this menu, because I've done that before with normal clay, and I don't want to do it with this stuff because this stuff is much harder to get. We basically kind of make this kind of basin look, and that makes a crucible. Now this is unlike crucibles you might have seen in other mods, but it kind of has a similar purpose of some of the things. So basically I'm going to put the crucible, by shift clicking it, there we go, on top of my forge here. Now thankfully the way I've designed my forge, I've knocked down this end one so I can easily get into the charcoal, because you can't access the forge unless you hit the charcoal. But when you right click on the crucible, you get this kind of a cool inventory. This is your heat gauge, if you aren't familiar with that kind of GUI in this. This is your fill gauge. This is where you place materials to put into the crucible, and this is where you take materials out of the crucible. So what kind of things can you put in the crucible? Well, you can put in things like bananas, and no, I'm joking. But what you can put in is things like metals. So let's go ahead and grab some of these metals here. Where is there's more bismuth, cephalorite, native copper. There we go. Let's go ahead and take some of you out of here. And it should be, let's see, I think it was 3 to 4 to 8 ratio. So we're going to need more cephalorite than bismuth, which is fine because I should have a thing of cephalorite right here, and take this out, and we'll put that in. That should be fine. Alright, so let's go ahead and show you guys how this thing works. First thing I want to do is I want to grab my ceramic molds here. I also need to grab some charcoal, which I have, here we go, some charcoal, and my fire starter. Alright, so go ahead and fill up your forge with some charcoal here. Oopsies, wrong spot. There we go. Filling up the forge. Now, I'm actually going to show you guys two things at once here because it's useful to multitask when you can. Shoot. Hold on. I might not have, well, yeah, I went ahead and dug up some sand. I don't really want to use it, but I'll use it. Alright. So I'm going to grab some sand as well while we're doing this, just so we can multitask. Alright. So in here, you go ahead and put in your charcoal. Now the first thing I want to show you is if you want to get glass in this game, you need sand, just like normal, but what you do is you actually put it either in a fireplace or in a forge. Now, obviously if you do it in a fire pit, it's going to have to be really hot because it's going to have to melt down sand into its liquid form, basically, to make glass. So it's easier doing it in a forge, but if you have wood that's hot enough, you can definitely put it in a fire pit. I'm going to go ahead and put it in here in the forge, and in the upper part here, I'm going to wait till this heats up. So as you can see, down here, this is slowly cooking away, and it's warming up the sand. Up here, it's slowly getting its temperature, and I can kind of speed up the process if I want by using my bellows here that I made. And that should allow me to kind of kick the heat up a bit. And the heat isn't equal. So as you can see, this is already at its 4th bar, and this is at its 1.5 bar. So this will heat up first, and then this will heat up. But once it does, we can start getting working. I think we're good enough to start. So what you can do is you put in your ores here. Now remember, the only way before this to melt down ores was to put it into one of these vessels and then put it in a fire pit and melt it down and then take this out and pour it into these molds. Well, this is a upgraded, more advanced way of doing it. So once this thing heats up hot enough, come on you. There we go. You didn't see it, but basically we poured it in. We have a little meter down here that will say how much material's in there. As you can see, it can hold quite a lot. I just put 2 things. I'm going to put 4 in there because that's the minimum enough to get it to go. And as you can see, when you put multiple ones in, it has to melt each and every single one. But as you can see, it's copper 100%. Well, that's nice. But let's go ahead and put some zinc in there. So we got 20% zinc, 80% copper. But it's an unknown metal. You don't want unknown metals. Unknown metals are very, very bad. So you want to make it something that is useful. So I put some bismuth in there. So we got 16% and 16%. Let's go ahead and put some cephalorite in there again. And there we go. We got some bismuth bronze. But now we're getting some weird numbers here because now we're getting like 0.75, 14, 29. This is not going to give us enough full ingots. We're going to get like a partial ingot, which we can get if you want to. But I don't want to. So let's try and get this thing to be a little bit better. Now I kind of screwed it up by putting in a weird amount. So let's go ahead and put 3 of those and 4 of those, and then put in enough copper here. As you can see, every time it melts down an ingot, it actually lowers its temperature too. And you also have to go in here and make sure that we put some more of the there we go, more charcoal in there, because the charcoal also matters there. There we go. Okay, so it's still unknown. Still unknown. 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 Come on. I need to basically get my copper up and my zinc down. There we go. Okay, so one more. That should be good enough. Let me just put another one in here. Trying to get these things to be as close to a solid % as possible. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. 0, 0s, and 0s. Because this will be 30%, 60%. So we're... How are we 30% and 60%? Oh, no, sorry. 40% and then 60%. So now this all totals out, and we got 100%, which is what we want. We want 100%. So now that we have 100%, we know we have full sets of actual ingot forms. So we're just going to melt this down here. As you can see, it's pouring from here into here. and it's doing it in its liquid form, and it doesn't do it instantly or as quickly as it does when you're doing it with a ceramic mold, but that's alright. So shift that to put one more in, and if we wanted to, we can pop that in to keep it in its liquid form. You can keep it in a cooling rack if you need it to be hardened, which we'll probably do with it. I want to always keep 2 in liquid form because it's always useful. And remember, if you, even though you have a stack, like I just had 12 of those and I shift clicked, you can only put 1 in here at a time. So when you shift click a stack, it will only put 1 in here. And let me make sure that we're still good here. So that should be fine, but I'm going to make a few more glass panes while we're at it. But that's how you make glass, and there we go. Now if this thing is cooled down too far, you won't be able to pour the metal into here because it'll basically be pretending that there's solid metal inside, even though you can't really see metal in there, which is kind of disappointing. But you won't be able to actually pull it out of the inventory. So you're going to have to reheat it. So don't let this thing wait around if you're expecting to use that metal right away. So you should be able to get a full ingot here, hopefully. There we go. So now we have full ingots, and we didn't have a single leftover bit. Because leftover bits, if you had any, and I don't really want to do it. Actually, you know, I guess I can show you. Okay. So, as we know, 4 of these equals 1 ingot, right? So if I put in 3 of these, that's not going to be enough for a single ingot. So if I put this in here, it's going to pour some zinc in there, and we should be fine. There we go. But it's not going to fill all the way. See, it's not full, so I can't take it out. But if we put in 1 more zinc, that will leave it with its 4%, and there we go. And you can actually it's not, well, zinc actually doesn't take long to cool down. But you can actually put you can put actual, like, full-sized ingots in there. So let's see if this cools down quick enough for us. These are still in its liquid form, which is good. So I'm going to quickly just put these in here because I want to make them solid. And come on, you. But yeah, that's what the crucible does. The crucible. There we go. That probably won't get hot enough. Yeah, but anyways, you can put solid ingots in here as well instead of the raw ore form. So both of those methods work. And actually, you can even put a full anvil in there and get the anvil worth of material. So let's say this copper anvil. I don't need it anymore. You can toss that in here and get all your ingots back. I think you can even put double ingots, so this bright red double ingot I might be able to put in there. So anything you can kind of remelt in one of those, which is super useful. But it's becoming nighttime. I'm going to go ahead and, yeah, it's not going to get hot enough. But I'll see you guys when it's daytime again. Alright, so we are back. I'm going to take out the gold that I melted down earlier, but unfortunately it became nighttime, so I'm gonna have to put some of these back in here. Oops, wrong section. Actually going to take them out of their form. And as you can see, they kind of look like just vanilla Minecraft gold here. That's because, you know, they kind of are. So I might as well not make a new texture for it. But I need these things to be... I keep looking in there because that's where it used to be. Oh no. Get over here. Alright. So just put 2 of you in there. So what we want to do is we want to make them... Let's see. Bright red, I think. So we should be good with that. Gonna put those back there. And then I'm going to take my, it doesn't matter which anvil it is, so I guess I'll go through the lower one because that actually has the materials I need. Oop. So, oh no, you're right, bright red. I'm not quite sure which one it needed in. So that's not hot enough, alright. Let's see how hot these things can get. I just don't want them turning into liquid form. They will pop in here, hence why I have those extras. But it's always nice to not have to worry about them cooling down. Let's see, what's after bright red? Orange. Orange. There we go. Orange is the temperature that I need them to be. And then what we'll do is we'll just turn them into a gold sheet here. I just need one more of those. Alrighty, we are back. I just put a pile of some bismuth here and my business bronze there because you can't keep them in ingot form here unless they're in one of these ceramic molds, which is actually kind of nice because let's say I didn't have space to put it here on the ground. What I could do, which wouldn't be as efficient, is put the molds in these forms and then you can actually put them in a chest. Why it's less efficient is you do have this much space, but that's for a double chest. So you'd really only have this much space on a single chest, and I'm pretty positive you can stack more than that here. As you can see, I shift-clicked that out and it broke the ceramic mold. That is a possibility when you do that. So, just happened on camera. And, oh, nope, maybe it was just glitched because I had 4 there. Whatever. I did hear the noise of it though. But anyways, over here, I did make my 2 sheets of gold. Now, they don't have a temperature value, so I don't have to keep them in there. And I need my... where'd it go? There you are. My glass. And I should also need one more thing, my candle. Now, I told you guys that there's one more thing I can do with this candle. But first off, what I need is some glass panes. So just vanilla crafting recipe for it. Put 2 glass panes and then 2 metal sheets. Do it of sheets of metal from valuable materials. Gold, sterling silver, iron, those kind of materials can be used for this. And then you put your candle in the middle, and that will give you 2 golden lanterns, which are pretty cool. So let me put... I just don't have space for this stuff right now. I need to really clean up my inventory. But a golden lantern looks really cool because you can place it on the ground like so. And this acts like the same brightness as a torch. So there you go. It's kind of on the bottom. Even has a little bit of a post. So if you wanted to, you could put it on a fence post, I think. And it would look like an actual lantern that way. And I think, let's see, place it upside down, which is actually what I'm going to do right there. And as you can see, if you place it upside down, it has a larger post above it. So it actually looks like it's connected to the ceiling. So that looks really cool. I really actually like that. And also, you can put it on... oh, that's a little too high. Hold on. You can also put it on the side, like so. And it'll have that kind of bend looking of wherever it's at. And I think you can even do that to itself, but because it's so high up right now, it's not going to do that look. So let me just, for the heck of it, oopsies, let me screw up for the heck of it. Let me put this one underneath it. As you can see, it doesn't really connect the same way, but that's fine. Break that, and then try and connect it like so. Yeah, they won't connect to each other, but I wanted to try it out. But I definitely like that look. And the nice thing is you get 2 of them. Now, yes, you had to do it using some metal, so it's not cheap. But, I mean, you know, it lightens up the area enough, and I don't have to worry about monsters or anything spawning. And it does look pretty cool outside, so I'm going to put one right there, so it's kind of like a lantern outside. And depending on what type of material you make, come on, inside. Depends on what type of look it has. So for instance, if I type in a lantern here, okay, what about candle? There we go. So if I take, whoopsies, out. So if I take my candle here, I can make it out of brass. I can make it out of gold, which is what I did. You can also make it out of rose gold. You can make it out of sterling silver. You can make it out of tin, which is very nice because tin doesn't have many uses other than being an alloy, just like gold. Wrought iron, and those are the only ones that you can do. And as you can tell, they all change the look of it. So gold has a more goldy look to it. Rose gold has kind of this pinkish look to it. tin has more of an aluminum look to it, or wrought iron has more of a silver look to it, kind of like sterling silver there. So depending on what type of look you're going for, you can also change the material of it, which is really nice. And that's from the ExtraFirmaCraft mod, if I didn't mention that already, from showing you how to make the candles. Now, we're already at 20 minutes here, which is a lot longer than I thought it would take to do this segment. So we will go ahead and continue this next time. Don't forget to comment below if you like having two different shows posted on the same day, or if you want shows posted alternately, like one show one day and one show the next day. And as always, stay epic. This is Deviant Gamer signing off. Adios.